And there was times over the last couple of years that have been very dark for me and grim for me and hard for me to get up and get out of bed and move forward and do everything I need to do to get where I need to go. And I found over the last couple of years believing in a higher power in ways, or God, or you could call it the universe or whatever, in ways that I haven't believed or had the faith in over the last the first 50 years of my life. And I realized, I think a lot of times desperate times call for desperate measures. And there were some really dark moments over the last couple of years where I didn't know who else to turn to. So I started praying, and I started believing, and I started hoping, and I started having faith and going to church and doing this and that just to get me through. Because sometimes over the last couple of years, life seemed more than I could handle. And it probably was more than I could handle alone. So I started going to church, and I started believing in a higher power, and I started praying, and I didn't even know what God looks like or who I'm talking to. But I started talking to somebody, and he started talking back, she. And last night I woke up with a different sort of weight, more of a still have issues, but not as massive of issues, and still have things I'd like to improve on, and still have feelings that I'd like to be out of my heart, and still have relationships I'd like to have improved. Nothing nearly as heavy as what I was dealing with a year ago maybe, but still stuff that I could improve on. And I go, what am I going to do? I still have these painful feelings, these still yucky emotions. And I realized maybe you don't have to just pray or believe or have faith when times are at their darkest. Maybe even when times are getting better, you can pray to God to make a relationship stronger, or an interview go well, or I don't know, whatever smaller issue you might have, go a little better. And I found myself doing that. And I'll tell you what, I felt better. I felt like I wasn't alone as much as I had been on my quest to feel better about certain relationships in my life. I felt like, okay, well, I got somebody working with me, somebody encouraging me, somebody saying, well, keep going, you're doing the right things, you're to heck with what everybody else thinks, just keep doing what you're doing, you follow your heart, be the best version of you, love your babies, love the people you're with, and keep making the choices you're making because you're doing okay. And made me feel a heck of a lot better. And again, it wasn't one of these dark moments where I'm going, God help me, but it was kind of going, God, could you help me a little bit here? It was a little different, but still important. And it made me feel a lot better, and made me more excited about my day, even though I got a cold, and even though I'm sitting out here, thank you, Julie, I don't know, drinking my coffee. But where else would I want to be? So let's have a little more coffee.